Hi, Dennis. Can you please tell me about how the Mixteco children are adapting to the schools here and how are the schools adapting to them? Because this is a two-way process.
Correct. Well, each Mixteco child or indígena that comes here is different. It's a different situation, and I'm not going to be able to answer your question partly because, in my experience in teaching, many in the community that come here for years have denied that they are anything but true Mexican, Spanish speaking citizens. And so, as a teacher, quite often I figure out that they speak another language only when I find out that they don't quite understand Spanish. They have no English skills, and there's something else going on. And also that they don't relate to many of the students in the class who are Mexican, Spanish only speaking students. So how do they adapt? It's a one-on-one situation. Each individual is different. Once we can identify that a child does speak an Indígena language, then that's probably the biggest step because now we understand that the child isn't necessarily not answering a question or not paying attention to English that they're learning or Spanish that we presume that they know fluently. And so, once we understand that they are from the Mixteco or any other group of southern Mexico, then that's half the battle because now I can work with the child. And the first thing is self-esteem. We need to let the child know that it's okay that they don't necessarily speak Spanish with the Spanish-speaking kids in the classroom. I'm very proud to say that in recent years, I've seen a change. I have had students who have come here. I've been told quite often that they speak no Spanish, and I find out that they do speak quite a bit of Spanish. But in recent years, I've had students actually in conversations in class speak in their native Indígena language, which in the past, most students are embarrassed to do it, unfortunately. And it gets down to the discrimination that comes with them from Mexico. So, on an individual basis, half the battle is recognizing that the community, that the child exists and who the child is. And fortunately, recently, the Mixteco community in Oxnard has also stepped forward. And I think that's the biggest part that they could do to help themselves. They've come out, they identified themselves as a unique community within our greater Oxnard area, and now we can actually discuss and better the conditions of the people. What happened a few months back is the MECOP group came forward with a resolution for schools. And the resolution was that we were going to try to stop the bullying of indígenas that go to our schools. Excellent idea. No school allows bullying of any child. But again, most administrators, most educated adults in education did not know that this community was any different than any other person that comes from Mexico, a Spanish-speaking Mexican citizen. And they are citizens of Mexico, but the culture is different, and there were a lot of abuses towards these children from the children or even adults that were from Spanish-speaking Mexico. So now we can recognize it, and with the resolution that was passed in the Oxnard School District and then also in the Real School District, we are now forming committees that will include leaders from their community to address education for the adults who administer education, but also the committee will address issues that come up. If there is an abuse, now we actually know that this is something apart from two children not liking each other. Now we understand that it could be a long-lasting, taught racism that crossed the border with the child. And we're going, now that we recognize it, hopefully we're going to prevent it. That time will tell on that one.